Welcome back to another one of my videos. In today's episode, I'm gonna just talk about where I'm at because I've done all the open mics I'm gonna do this week. I host my open mic tomorrow, but I don't really try out as much stuff there. Since my open mics every first and third Saturday, I just do the best jokes I've come up with for those 2 weeks when I do my set as a host. But this week overall felt pretty good in the grand scheme of stand-up. Like most of my sets felt solid, and I think I need to start doing more stuff that's just out there, like reading a joke book, because I think that was sort of how I built my momentum for the week. It's because it was a set I really wanted to do, and I was just excited to do it. It wasn't a set I cared about the result. I cared about it, went up there and did it, and I think that's what made it better, because I just committed to the bit of reading a joke book on stage. I was just having fun and being present on stage. And that's something I've been thinking about a lot. It's like, for a while I thought what made you a good comedian is having a bunch of good jokes written. Like, obviously you need good jokes to be a good comedian, but I feel like the best sets aren't when you're just telling your jokes. It's when you're in the room. Because if you're just telling your jokes, you're going through the motions. Like, it's like you're reading a joke book to somebody. It's not really like you're performing it, because stand-up comedy is a performance on top of the jokes you're telling. And I feel like if you don't perform your jokes as if you're in the room telling them to people in a natural way, it doesn't come across as smoothly. Like, it could be the best written joke you've seen, but it's like, oh, they didn't deliver it in a way that could have done it more justice. And it's also interesting because for stand-up, especially for me, I mean, this is all the experience I'm speaking from, but having your goalpost move as a performer is a very weird feeling, because when you first start out, you're so nervous, you just want one laugh, and then you get it and you feel like you crushed, and you may have had one laugh all night, but you're like, I had a great set. And then if you do it enough times, it's like, oh, you'll feel like you bombed if you only got one laugh in your set. Like, there's comedians like the top of the game that are selling out stadiums, like arenas, like all the biggest venues. They'll bomb in there, but those bombs are better sets than any other comedian has ever had in their life, just because there's levels to it. And I feel like once you reach a new level of, I guess, crushing or having a good set, your standard is raised. It's not like performing part being fun goes away. It's just like, you just expect it at a certain point. Like, if you have enough good sets, you're going to expect to have good sets when you go on stage. And I feel like sometimes with expectations, you sort of lose sight of what you're trying to accomplish, because you're just trying to make people laugh up there. And I feel like sometimes you can just lose the sight of that. And I feel like that makes getting the laughs harder, because you're like, oh, I got to go through my jokes. It's like, yeah, but you got to try to make them laugh with your jokes. You don't just want to rush through them. It's not like you're doing speed reading in school where you got to read your stuff and get through your stuff the quickest and say the most amount of words the quickest to get to your punchline. I mean, that's an exaggeration. That doesn't really happen. And something else, like I've noticed a lot, is like you gain fatigue or like a tolerance to jokes. Because it's like, I've seen so many jokes. I've seen so many different kinds of comedians just from like performing at open mics. I've done like 400 or so open mics, probably a little less. Just the amount of different styles and the amount of different ways people can be funny you can see there. But once you see so many different funny people, once you get more into stand-up comedy, you start to see the joke structure. Like, if I'm fully paying attention to a stand-up set, unless it's one of the greats, I can probably predict their punchline. Like, I'm not saying for every joke. I'm just saying, like, once you tell enough jokes and listen to enough jokes, you get where they're getting at before they even say it, because you're like, oh, I see where this setup's going. And sometimes I feel like it numbs your sense of humor to a point. Like, you won't laugh as much at stuff, but you'll be like, oh, that was a great joke, but you maybe smirked. And I feel like that's why those moments where you really laugh, especially when you're doing it for a while. I mean, I haven't really done it a while. I've just done it a lot in a short amount of time. But if you can find those moments where you still are laughing and having fun watching other comedy, I feel like that's what you got to look for. It's like, I watch very little stand-up comedy because I don't want to subconsciously steal someone's style, because I'm not the best at remembering where my thoughts come from. And another one is just like, I don't really like watching stand-up specials that much. Like, I would much rather see someone live than just watch an edited version of their best jokes. They will always be funnier live unless it's one of their worst performances. Because it's just being in a room watching a stand-up show, the energy is just different. I feel like I try to treat myself to comics I find funny or think are unique or stand out in a way. It's like I'll go see them live. That's sort of what I've been thinking about. I guess these are just some of my comedy philosophies. Like, I'm not saying I'm right, it's just this is how I feel based on the amount of time I've done stand-up and the amount of conversations I've had with other stand-ups, most of whom are more experienced than me. Where it's like, oh, that makes sense why that's that way. But this was a sort of rambling video. This is all I have in this one. If you're still here at this point, could you like the video, subscribe, comment? And one last thing, Irish goodbye.